Welcome back. Time to find out what we got wrong and what we missed. From TV's Andy Levy over at the Red Eye News Deck. Hey, Andy.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
Good, good.
Good. Good for you. Ed Rendell says more women are ugly than beautiful. Joe, you said this just shows what Democrats think of the working class. See, I think the problem with what Rendell said is that he's basically saying only ugly women will have a problem with what Trump said. Right?
I don't know. The whole statement was kind of convoluted, but I think once you start throwing around who you think unattractive people are going to vote for, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, no, I mean, he shouldn't have said it the way he said it. But. Matt, you asked if we can stop pretending we don't know what Rendell was talking about. No, we can't.
Okay, thanks.
You are right, though. All he basically was saying, he was saying attractive people are a minority, which probably makes sense. There's a reason Los Angeles exists. Right? No, I mean, seriously.
I don't know if attractive people are a minority, Andy, and I would not ever say such a thing in public on television.
Well, okay. I don't see what's even wrong with saying that. Like,
I mean, because I don't know if it's true, right?
Okay.
Who am I to judge?
But again, there's like an entire industry built around the notion that if you're attractive people go and do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'm in trouble now. Jonah, you said the fact that Rendell is an Eagles fan explains this, and then you said, quote, for you kind Eagles fans out there, you apologize.
Because
I just want to make it clear, you just apologize to nobody.
Well, exactly, but there will be two, it's sort of like unattractive people. There will be two Eagles fans who are like, I'm so great, I'm never following you again, and then we'll make my life hell, so that means that they aren't kind. I retract what I said.
Exactly, all right. Glad we straightened that out. Trump says Brooklyn is the most dangerous place he's ever been. First of all, what about Hell's Kitchen? Hell's Kitchen is so dangerous, there are multiple superheroes that have to patrol it, even though it's a small little neighborhood. Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. I mean, come on. There are no superheroes in Brooklyn.
That's true.
Yeah, there probably are. Sam, you said the most dangerous place you've ever been is Yonkers, and then you said Yonkers is actually pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Actually, Yonkers crime rate pretty much right in line with the national average.
Is that right?
That is right.
Well, then, you know what that says about me, then.
Let's see. By the way, there was something else in that none of you talked about. In that interview, it says Trump rose from his seat and walked over to the screen for a closer look. It was an attack in Iraq, I think, and he said, boy, this ISIS. This is literally a scene from West Wing. Josh Brolin's candidate says, crime, boy, I don't know. And then Martin Sheen says, that's the moment when I decided I was going to destroy you, or something like that. Nobody cares about my
Andy, you got any quotes from 24 you want to share with us?
No, I don't. Joanne, I agree with you that it was a smart, calculated answer on Trump's part to mention places in America that are dangerous, or that he thinks are dangerous, instead of overseas places.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right about that. Francis Fisher feels the burn. Tom, you said Fisher is best known for being married to Clint Eastwood for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, shame on you, man. How do you live with yourself?
I would have named a movie, Andy. I forgot Titanic. That was true.
I don't even know how you write that, let alone say it.
I know. I bet you 10 to 1 Andy wrote that story.
I'm setting you up.
Also, you said, quote, I love a gentle fist.
Can I?
Stop writing stuff like that. Huh?
From a distance, I love a gentle fist. Andy, did you write that story?
It's possible I did. Sometimes I play, let's see if I can get Tom to say this.
You know, I'll just read it, Andy.
Usually I can. Like working with Burgundy. Joe, you said it's embarrassing how the left can't wait to prostrate themselves before a leader. It is some kind of weird psychological thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're always looking for their latest Mao to throw themselves in front of. It's sad.
Yeah. On the other hand, Tom, you said liberals are more likely to focus on hero worship. I would say you could tell that's true by how Republicans never, ever invoke Ronald Reagan's name.
I know, they had Reagan. But, but Andy, in general, just wouldn't you agree with what I said? Democrats are more into personality and Republicans are more into pure policy.
I think Democrats pretend they're not into personality more than Republicans do. So it's kind of funnier that it's actually not true.
Yeah.
Also, I like a little later in Francis Fisher's speech, he said, quote, I knew in that moment that this man was authentic. I knew in that moment that this man was trustworthy. I wonder who she's comparing him to. I can't figure that out. Companies having trouble finding employees who can pass a drug test. Matt, you pointed out that most people who get drug tested aren't doing things like driving a forklift, which, yeah, as you're right, the whole thing is stupid. But even if you're driving a forklift, so it's okay to leave work, go home and pour yourself a beer or a nice glass of bourbon, but it's not okay to smoke some weed?
Yeah, that sounds transparently ridiculous to me, as does in sports, right? Like basketball players, the NBA. You just competed. The last thing that you want to do is be stoned and play basketball, except it's kind of funny, let's be honest. But you want to come down after playing, right? So why should that trigger any kind of penalty, especially if it's legal?
No, I agree. I mean, I'm fairly certain the Knicks have been stoned for years.
Rasheed Wallace, I think, built a whole career out of that.
He really did. All that said, Sam, I kind of agree with you. If you can't stop smoking pot long enough to take a drug test, you might want to maybe think about your lifestyle.
Exactly. You need motivation for something in life.
Yeah. Joe, you said that they did say your stool was a little off.
Yeah.
Was there a pillow on it?
Well, you know, the funny thing was they didn't ask for a stool sample, but I figured, what the hell?
Oh, you just,
I just love to give.
You're a polite human being. I mean, it's you're kind of a throwback to the old days.
A little bit.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Iron Man director says the villain in Iron Man 3 was changed from female to male because of a toy company. Tom and Sam, you both said this was a business decision and it wasn't sexism. Well, why can't it be a sexist business decision?
Well, they're just if everybody's sexist for buying action figures and it's not sexist when they're looking at charts and numbers to see what's selling and what's not selling. If they're not the ones making those decisions.
Don't call me sexist for buying action figures. I resent that. But none of you, Tom, none of you brought this up. Forget about I know these are just comic book movies or whatever, and they're not, Casablanca or The Godfather or whatever. But the issue here is still it's corporate telling filmmakers to change their art so they can sell more toys. Like, you don't think that's wrong?
Well, it's their money.
Is it though? Is it their money?
It's their money.
No, I
you
totally
can go
agree
make an indie film. Go Soderbergh.
I totally agree they have the right to do it. It is their money. I'm saying they shouldn't do it.
Oh, okay.
I'm standing up for the artist here, Tom.
I get it.
You're standing up for the corporate hacks.
I always
Which
do.
one of us is a better person?
No.
I'm done. Happy birthday, Keeney.